All right, all right. I am really excited to share this with you and to have Kylie here also because I think that she's going to be able to sort of shine a little bit of a light on not only like her tech stack and what she does and how that plays a role, but also how she uses social media to get people into her email list and to get people to attend her workshops and to get people to come into her world. So thank you for doing this.
I'm so excited to be here.
A-
Thank you.
And share a little bit about who you are and what you do, please.
Absolutely. So my background is in teaching. So I used to teach kids here in our public schools. And then I started to realize my passion and purpose was to help women instead of kids. So I am a life coach. I'm a teacher. I feel like that is my passion and purpose, to coach and teach women. I'm an author. I'm a pastor's wife, and I struggled for years with anxiety. And so now I help Christian women who are overwhelmed with anxiety and depression to renew their minds, to finally get their life back and to
Yeah.
get rid of that anxiety and depression.
So talk to me a little bit about why go online? I mean, you had, an audience in front of you.
Yeah.
Why transition online?
Absolutely. That's a great question. So to be honest, I'm a bit of an introvert. And so, in teaching and coaching on Zoom calls, for me, it's so much easier, right? Like, it's so much easier to be in front of a group of people in my home, in the comfort of my home. And so the idea of that made it seem like it was going to be easier for me to help, to be able to share my expertise in a way that, instead of being in front of somebody and not making me nervous, to be able to talk on the phone or do Zoom calls just like this, it makes it so much easier. But also, honestly, Lori, I started to recognize a long time ago that an hour a week was just not sufficient for change. And so when we have a program or, a business that's set up as an hour a week, which a lot of counseling and coaching and therapy is, the change is very slow moving. And so with social media, we're able to connect daily, able to connect weekly, able to connect in an instant.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what makes it so much easier. And with my niche being anxiety and overwhelm, like, that helps my clients to feel, right, to
Yeah.
feel more at ease, and they're more likely to show up then, instead of having those canceled appointments. So many
I
reasons, but very
I have a
effective.
question for you, which it
Yeah.
it just occurred to me because I'm also like an introvert and I'm highly sensitive. I actually find it less confronting in a group than I do one-on-one. Do you feel
Absolutely.
like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so much more helpful. And this is what I talk to my clients about, like when we're initially signing up, or they're signing up, or I'm just talking with ladies about my program in general. I'm like, I know it seems weird to be in a group setting. For them, they're thinking, oh, I want one-on-one because that's what they're used to. But when they get in the group setting, for them, it's more comfortable. For them,
Yeah.
it's more, somebody else will ask a question or say something, and they're like, I didn't think of it in that way. And so we can come together and heal together, which I feel like even increases the healing process that much faster.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I just got off the most phenomenal group call,
Yeah.
right? Phenomenal group call. And I don't know that we would have had that same level of excitement, rapport, you
Yeah.
know, energy if it was just like me and another person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think social media has opened up like a whole world of being able to do things in a different way, to be able to have a business and run your business in a different way.
Mhm.
And I'm going to be honest, like, I am not a huge fan of social media, right? But we don't have to love social media to use it. We don't have to love it to use it. And whatever we don't understand about it, we can figure it out. And that's exactly what your program offers. It's what it offered me, is the ability to understand and figure it out, have somebody to help in all of the tech things that I didn't understand that
Yeah.
made that overwhelming. So
Yeah. So let's go ahead and share your screen.
absolutely.
And I think it's important to show the different ways that these automations and these systems are being used because you do a lot of retreat work. You do a lot of workshops. You do a lot of, that kind of let's call it engagement or audience building versus just, the traditional add to a lead magnet.
Right.
You do a lot more than that. So can you tell us how having that framework set up for you allowed you to then go and sort of expand the things that you wanted to do and make them your own?
Yeah. Yeah. So not only do I have my coaching program, but I also wrote a devotional. So I have a book, and anytime I have a webinar or we have a conference, I'm able to use the funnels that we created inside of your program. And I'm able to duplicate those out and just change a few things around to create a funnel for that event, or create a funnel for somebody to purchase that or the webinar, whatever it is. And so in using those funnels and duplicating those out and be able to create new ways of getting in front of people, and then being able to use the email list to reach those people, and social media, of course, it just makes it all work together beautifully.
So take me into ClickFunnels. Yep.
Okay.
And then just go into where it says ClickFunnels, and you can show me like all of your funnels.
Yeah, I have a bunch, because there's one thing, I don't know if you know this, Lori, but after I went through your program and started my coaching program, my husband now has his coaching program.
Oh, amazing.
So he quit his job, and he now is a coach as well.
Oh, that's so good. That makes me so happy.
Yeah. So we have a few pages of funnels here.
But that's really important, because I think one of the reasons that I'm doing this is because you don't know what you don't know, right?
Sure.
And so when people come in to work with us, they're like, is this all I can do? I'm like, no. Over time, you're going to have multiple lead magnets. Over time, you're going to have multiple workshops. You're going to have multiple ways that you engage with people based on your own interests, based on the feedback from your audience. And the beautiful part about it is, and it's what you just said, it's like you just duplicated and changed the words.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Right? So as you can see here, like here I have for my program, but then my husband has for his. Yeah. And so we're able to duplicate out what I learned inside of your program for my group and my program for.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe open up where it says Kylie's conversion funnel. Just open that one up and so she has the feminine brand.
Absolutely. You gotta have the pinks, y'all.
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, you can just
look at the actual page.
Yeah, perfect. So this is like your checkout page.
My picture is in front of my arrow here. There we go.
There you go. Yeah, perfect.
So yes, this is the checkout page. This is where, I fill in for the clients who choose to be in my program. So.
Yep. And what are you currently charging?
$27.50.
Cool. And okay, so then they have the checkout here. And then can you show me your membership site? Absolutely. Where they get access to the program? You
mean on the social media, my group?
No. Do they get, do you have your program content, like your content hub? Okay. Yeah. And so they check out there, you have the call with them, you sell them in the DMs, you send them the link to the checkout page, and then they get access to this.
Yes. This is the step-by-step course that they are able to walk through at their own pace, that gives them everything they need to literally learn how to recondition their thought patterns. So they go in. Oh, you probably want me to do my page, don't you? Do you want me to show the different modules?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. So that would be the login page. So the new client would come and they would create their own login.
Yeah. And then, so this is the back end of my actual program. So they start in the welcome section. They've got a video explaining exactly what to do, outline things like that in the welcome section to get them going. And then they literally go module by module, which the way I have my modules set up is weekly. So they have those lessons, those audio lessons and action tests inside of each module. So they literally don't get stuck. Like it takes the seeking and the searching and the Googling away, because literally they're just going step by step from one lesson to the next.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've got 12 weeks inside of my program. So.
Yeah. And so this is the back end. And so the other thing too, because people always ask, can I change it? Can I modify it? Sure. You just come in here and you change the content.
Absolutely. I do it all the time. I have a bonus section down at the end, and sometimes I add new action tasks for them. If we've been talking inside of one of our coaching calls, I have weekly coaching calls each week. And if we've been talking about a topic and I realize, oh, wait, we need to talk about visualization and how that can help us to change our mind. And then I create an action task for that. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put that in the bonus section for your course. So you can go in and get it anytime.
Yeah.
So at any time, you can add anything to the course.
Yeah. And it's really simple because the pages are already built out. So you just duplicate that.
It's all built out for you. Like it makes it so ridiculously easy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's the other thing too. It's like, we shouldn't be spending the time on the tech, right? We shouldn't have to do that. Are you able to show us sort of what it looks like from the client's perspective?
For their program?
Yeah.
Let me log in. Yep. So it's very simple. As you can see, they're going to use their email, whatever password they choose. And when they put that in there, their program literally pops up. And for myself, like my clients have the program that they get to go into and re-listen to over and over and over again, even after they graduate the program. So like, here's my video, my welcome video that pops up. And then as they click through each module, that's going to take them through each lesson.
Exactly. And so you can see, you know, that it's very easy to follow. It's very step-by-step. And, you know, do you have video modules or audio?
I have audio.
Yeah.
Yep,
and so, yeah. And so that's one of the things that we talk about a lot is just getting it done and having audio lessons and just very simple, like Word docs or PDFs that walk people through the action tasks, because making it pretty isn't going to help them execute any better. Right.
Yep. They just want to feel better. They want a solution that is going to fix their problem. Yes. And so they need to know, they need the knowledge that you have. And that's what this course enables you to do, is to bring them the knowledge in a very easy way that they can just step by step learn and understand so that they can do the work.
Yeah. And so this is your, you know, online program. What is your main method of growing your email list?
My lead magnet.
Okay. So do you want to share that?
Absolutely. So when we go in here.
Yeah. And I think this is like also a really, thank you for sharing. It's a really good example of how systematic and how formulaic this is, where Kylie was able to come in, learn what she needed to learn, and then literally take that and duplicate it for her husband, who has a different program with a different audience, I assume, and you know, an entirely different niche, different audience, different email list, different everything. And it's just duplication because it's that formulaic. And so this is your lead magnet that you are using to grow your email list.
Yes. And so to your point, we were literally able to duplicate this out, and he's able to change the picture. He's able to change his title, the words, but he's still getting the same effect, the same, you know, goal in getting their email.
Yes.
You know, so that he can get them on their email list, just as I'm doing right here. So the lead magnet is part of the Facebook ad, right? And so they're clicking on that ad because it's speaking to them, which again, your program helps you to put words, you know, in a way that speaks directly to the ICA, directly to your clients that need your help. Clicking that, they're able to get right to this page so they can enter their email and get my free downloadable, which is going to help them to start their day off, you know, on the right foot. So
yeah, absolutely. And how many people do you have on your email list now?
I have over 10,000 on my list.
Oh my God, stop it.
Yeah, I know. Something I would never have if I did not have this simple lead magnet. Yeah.
And so you can stop sharing for a second. So let's talk a little bit about, you know, your use of social media and the ways in which, because I see your posts all the time. I see, you know, on your personal page, and I see your content all the time. And I think for so many people, specifically those who want to include faith or who want to include some personalization that, you know, can maybe seem a little controversial. How do you use social media to grow your audience? Because there's, you know, yes, you run ads, but you also are very active on social.
Yeah. I'm very active on social. And so to be honest, when it comes to no matter who you are, like whether you're black, white, a woman, man, spiritual, not spiritual, like you have a purpose and you have a gifting that matters. And so, what you're doing, what you're creating, your purpose in this world matters. And so a lot of people use that social media platform to express their purpose and their passion for what they do. And that's exactly what I do. Like, so I speak to those that, I speak to Christian women specifically who are struggling in anxiety and overwhelm and depression. But at the same time, Lori, that doesn't mean that other people don't understand. Like, yeah, she has a passion for changing her mind. She has a passion for understanding how to change those thought patterns so that she can feel better. I get that. And so that's why I say, no matter who you are, you have a purpose and a path that can get stuck by the way that we feel. And so I think that I have a lot of people that message me on social media that maybe aren't women or aren't Christian or aren't, and that's great. Like, my premise is all about changing your thoughts so that you can feel better, so that you can move forward in that purpose and passion. And I think that no matter what your purpose is, you can use social media to help you to stand on that platform.
And what does it look like for you? So do you use a calendar? Do you go by the seat of your pants? Like, what does that look like for you?
For creating my content?
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely have like a system, but starting out, like right now, I post probably 4 times a day inside of my free group. I post a couple times a day on my Renew page that people see. But in the beginning, I didn't start out with that. So that can seem very overwhelming. It's like, wow, you post 4 times a day. In the beginning, I posted like once a day or every other day. And so I started creating a system and a routine as I went. And as you go, that system and routine changes. But the great thing about Facebook is you're able to schedule out those posts ahead of time, right? Yeah. So I would take like a day a week and create my content for the week or for 2 weeks ahead so that I could schedule that out and it already be set. So like today, I actually have my content set out through all of December. It's been that way for about a month. I now have an admin assistant, so I have to be honest, she schedules out a lot of that for me, which is my daughter, and she's amazing. So the further along you get in coaching and working in your program, you may realize that you need to hire a few people to help you. But I started doing that all myself. I created the content on certain days. I would chunk out different times when I would work on that content and then schedule that out ahead of time so that it's ready to go, instead of every day being like, oh, what am I going to post? Because that can be very overwhelming. Mm-hmm.
And what are some of the ways that you did figure out what to post? Right? You're posting content every day. How did you figure out, what to say and how to say it?
Engagement, right? Like who's engaging? How are they engaging? What are the comments? What are they? And then also, what are they talking about? If I'm saying something about, Christmas and it being overwhelming and they're really engaging in that, well, then I know I'm going to talk a little bit about more overwhelm and the busyness of this time of the season. Right? Or, depending on what's going on in our world, recession or, whatever people are struggling with, I'll bring that content in as well. But a lot of times I feel like I can pick up on what people are struggling with in the content that I'm speaking, or already putting out there. And I recognize that one didn't go over so well, or this one did. Also in my emails. It kind of correlates, because the emails that I write, if I'm getting a lot of responses from my emails, then I'll use that as content. And so you can reuse. It doesn't have to be all new material every day. And also I reuse my posts after 3 or 4 months. We have a system where some of that content gets reused as well, because when it comes to what you're learning, no matter what you're wanting to learn or what you're wanting to teach, the people that are in front of you need to hear it over and over and over. Like, I need to hear what Lori has to say over and over and over for me to get it. And so I've come to realize that as well, that you can't speak it too much.
Yeah. And what is one of the things that you sort of realize is possible for you now, like making this transition online, just seeing how much has changed for you, even over the last year? What is something that you maybe have an awareness of now that you maybe didn't have before?
I think it's probably mostly the sky is the limit for what you can attain when you're using social media. When I'm teaching in the classroom, like, there's a limit to who I can teach. When I'm sitting in front of somebody one-on-one in an office, there's a limit to how many people that I can help because of my time. But because of social media, the sky's the limit as to how many people will be put in front of me that will hear my message and decide that they need my help. So I think that's probably the biggest takeaway, is that there's no cap on the people that I can help and how many clients I can have, really.
Yeah.
You know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you
Absolutely.
for giving the people a little bit of an insight, sort of what it looks like when you're further down in the journey of, building the brand and having an audience and really operating it like a business, right?
Mhm.
Really operating it like a business versus just like a coaching program.
Absolutely. And it is. And that's what Lori's program gives you the ability to do, is to understand how to operate it like a business. It was all the tech stuff, the things that we just went through that I showed you, the emails, the funnels, even social media, that I didn't know how to use that to help people. I knew the material that I wanted to coach. I knew how to teach. I knew what I wanted to teach others to understand, but how? And so that's exactly what your program allows you to do. If you're stuck in that, like not knowing what to do, that's what the program allows you to learn, understand all the things.
Thank you so much for this.
Mhm.
I really appreciate it. It's always so great to chat with you.
I appreciate you as well. Yeah, you're welcome.